Ladies and gentlemen, today we have some amazing Nintendo Switch 2 news, and we have some great Switch 2 updates, and then some other updates as well. And I know beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but in my opinion, this is all just good news. So let's go ahead and get right into this video. So before we get started, I just want to remind you guys, I'm giving away a Switch 2 in July, I'm giving away another Switch 2 closer to the holidays, and I'm giving away Nintendo eShop gift cards every single Saturday for the entire year, right here on my channel. All you have to do is be a subscriber, like and comment on all the videos, and follow my social media, and really just support the community, and then I will in return support you guys. Makes sense, right? Now today we actually have some good Switch 2 news. I know, weird, how is that possible? So before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe, follow our boy on Twitter and Instagram so we can keep that community growing, you know, all that good stuff, and let's go ahead and get into it. So before we get into these new updates, I want to talk about the Nintendo Switch 2 price a little bit, and I know I'm beating a dead horse, right? But the reason why I want to talk about it is yesterday, Xbox increased the price of all their games, accessories, consoles, all of it across the board. Their consoles are so damn expensive now, and they were already having trouble selling these consoles, so a price increase, not sure if that's the direction I would have went if I wanted to sell consoles, but now they're even going to be selling games for $80, right? And my point isn't to point fingers and say, look, Xbox is doing it too, because I'll never defend the $80 price tag for Switch 2 games. The console I think is fairly priced, but the PS5 Pro is $700. The 2TB Xbox Series X is $730. The $500 or technically $450 Switch 2 is starting to seem like a little bit better option, especially when you look at the power of the Switch 2 and all the great third-party games and just all the fun stuff we're going to be able to do this generation. But what I would like to do is put that in perspective across the entire world, and we have a graph that's actually doing that. So this is a cost of the Nintendo Switch 2 around the world. We knew a couple of these prices, right? But I actually didn't know the price of all of these, and some of this is really surprising. So in the US, it's $450, in Canada, $455. I always get confused because Canadian dollars, it's like, what does it say? Yeah, $630, so I'm like, damn, that seems so expensive. But the exchange rate, some way, somehow, it's just $5 more. In the UK, $530, France, $535. Switzerland is $569, and that's something. Japan, $350, but the Nintendo Switch 2 in Japan is actually region locked. You might not know that, and is only available in Japanese language. At least that's what I've heard. Mexico, almost $700, but I thought that Nintendo Switch 2 wasn't releasing in Mexico. But I could be wrong. Maybe this is just the exchange rate. I don't know. That's weird because I thought it wasn't releasing in Mexico. Brazil, $792, man. I really feel for Brazil because they go hard for Nintendo. They go hard for anime. They go hard for Pokemon. They are really like huge supporters of the culture, and they just get hit the hardest every single time. South Africa, $675, and Australia, $450. So pretty much the same price as Canada and the US. So this puts a lot of stuff in perspective. I do have some questions, but I really don't care for the answers, if that makes sense. Now, speaking about the cost of the Switch 2 and buying it in America, we know the retailers we had: GameStop, Best Buy, Target, and Walmart. Now, Amazon wasn't there, but we have a new retailer, like a new Smash player. New Smash player enters the battle. Who is it? Well, it's Costco. And Costco, they always have great deals on games. Now, we seen this bundle the other day, and we were curious how expensive it's going to be. Well, we finally now have a price. The price on the Nintendo Switch 2 Costco bundle with Mario Kart World and Nintendo Switch Online Expansion Pack 12 months is $525. I mean, you're paying $500 for the bundle, and you're getting the 12-month membership for $25. I'm not sure how much a 12-month expansion pack membership is. I'll put it on the screen right now. I think it's $60. Regardless, you're saving money on this, and you can go and get this day one. Like, you have to go get in line and try to get it that way, but as long as you have a Costco membership, you can get this. And it says limit one per membership every 7 days, which makes me think they're gonna get quite a bit of stock, you know, or at least it seems that way. So if you didn't get it through pre-orders, this option is there, and I just want to make sure you guys know that. Now, before we get into the major Switch update I want to talk about, it's just amazing in my opinion. Yesterday we had the Nintendo Switch update version 20.0.0, I think, and it came with a lot of changes, like the virtual game cards, game share, some other good stuff, but some also bad stuff. There was this whole system where if you had one game on two Nintendo Switches, but they had the same Nintendo Switch account, I believe, you could play just one game on two accounts, even some of those games online, which was incredible. And I don't know if this was like so much a hack or a finesse, but it was just a thing we were all doing. It was really cool. Now, with the virtual game cards, it's like, well, you can just lend those people that game. But then it's like, well, now I can't play it on two consoles, which sucks. And Nintendo kind of did this without telling us, I think. But that's technically not the case. And you still can do this, but there is a caveat, I guess. So PSA, you can still play one game across two Switches, but not online anymore. Unlike before with the secondary and primary Switch, you can still have the same game on two Switches, just when they are offline only, it seems. The good news is while you can no longer utilize the old method of using a primary and secondary accounts and whatnot, there is a loophole that lets you boot up the same game on multiple systems. The bad news, however, is you won't be able to play online at the same time across two different Switch consoles. So no Splatoon 3 matches with just one digital copy of the game, which was crazy you were able to do this to begin with. Just having one copy of the game on two Nintendo Switches with the same account, and then you could actually go online and play together. What a cool thing that a lot of people didn't know about. That is gone now, but I guess you can still do this technically if the games are offline, which is still cool, but being able to play online, a little bit cooler in my opinion. So yeah, I don't know. I still think the virtual game card thing is really cool. I'm going to utilize the hell out of this when the Switch 2 is out, setting a bunch of games from multiple Switches, just kind of all around, have my own game ecosystem going on. Now, the major update I want to talk about. Finally, some amazing news about the Switch 2. I actually haven't even looked on the Switch to see if it's the same thing. So yeah, I just checked my Switch and it's not the same as the Switch 2, which is a bummer. Hopefully when the Switch 2 comes out, they'll make it the same. But the Nintendo Switch 2 eShop has got a major overhaul, and Nintendo has fixed one of the worst problems we've ever had. And hopefully, I mean, just because I'm going to be playing the Switch 2 predominantly, hopefully other consoles will take the same advice or take the same route or whatever. So there's a new video out by GVG, so shout out to them for catching this. But this is how the new Switch 2 eShop looks. And what they're doing is making a chart system, right? So as you can see right here, we have Discover, Recent Releases, Current Offers, which is the Great Deals section, and Charts. And the way the charts are working, so instead of seeing like what games are being sold the most recently, from what I understand, it's off like actual revenue. So instead of 1,000 games that only cost $1, maybe only 200 of a game that cost $20 or $10. I know the way I'm saying this does not make sense, but as you can see right here, we're going to the charts and it's like good games that you would actually want to play. Instead of like, don't even get me started on the shovelware, you know the games I'm talking about. As you can see, we're going down, and I don't think I see any shovelware quite yet. So these are the software titles with the highest sales for the past 3 days. This is what I was trying to say earlier, but I'm not very good at talking. As you can see, they're still going down, and I haven't seen any shovelware yet, which is crazy. Look, we're all the way down here at number 27, still no shovelware. If this was the regular Switch eShop, we would have passed like 15 shovelware games out of 30 already. And then as you can see in Current Offers, which is a deal section, the same thing. They're going off like a different system. Normally in deals, it's like all shovelware, right? There's like one good game out of every 25. But it seems like they're doing the same thing in Current Offers or deals, which is just a great thing. Now to piggyback off this, and I cannot confirm this, it seems to appear that the eShop, even on the Nintendo Switch, is running better now. I can't confirm this, nor deny this. I don't really mess around with the eShop that much. I guess I could just mess around on my Switch. Is it me, or the eShop and the Switch online apps are way faster? And they're talking about on their Switch Lite, which I don't know if it's weaker than the Switch. I would assume it was, but yeah, a lot of people are saying that they feel like this is the same thing in the comments below. So maybe the eShop is finally better on the Switch. Maybe it has something to do with the overall eShop moving forward with the Switch 2. Maybe they just went and reworked everything. Maybe that's why it's red now, right? Yeah, I can't confirm this or deny this. I could go on my Switch. I doubt I'm gonna get the answer you want. I gotta say, it seems okay. Just so you know, I'm not saying this. It actually seems legit. Look at this. Okay, I don't know. That seems a little bit better. It's not great. but that's the fastest I've ever seen this thing work. So maybe it's a placebo effect. I'm okay with that. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this information? Because your opinion matters the most. So in the comments below, start a conversation. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you want to have the opportunity to win a Nintendo Switch 2 or eShop gift card every single Saturday, multiple eShop gift cards every single Saturday, all you have to do is be a subscriber, like and comment on the videos, and follow my social media. Really support the community, and in return, we'll support you back, man. Let's grow as one of the biggest communities for the Switch 2 generation. And you guys know me, I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace out.